Welcome to KSL Sports Rewind. Girls basketball video. It's finally happening.
Yeah.
As always, brought to you by our friends at Heidemann Associates.
Yeah, just a reminder, if you have any questions about that call that was made in your personal life,
there we go.
You need a little help from maybe a neutral. No one better suited to help you out through your legal challenges than Heidemann and Associates. And if you tell them Rewind sent you, you'll get a free consultation. Visit utah.law to find the law office nearest you.
Absolutely. Well, we want to thank our friends at Igloo Outfitters. Right now you're going into basketball games and it's nice and comfy in there.
Not when you walk out.
But not when you walk out. But not only that, you're still doing lots of things. I'm going to a thing on the 22nd. Guess what? I'm wearing my Igloo the entire time.
I would not advise an Igloo while ice skating. You might want to cinch that up.
Yeah, cinch it up. You can still wear it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wear an Igloo ice skating. You'll be super warm. Just cinch it up.
I figured out how to cinch it up when I was on the sideline for the 5A championship game. It worked great. Yeah. Anyway.
Super warm.
Igloo Outfitters. IGLU Outfitters.com. They changed our lives. They can change your life too. All right, let's talk some girls hoops. We're a few weeks into this season, which I think is a great spot because we've been able to now understand who some of these teams are. Yep. I'll tell you, there's some classifications that are a little more up for grabs than we thought if we'd done this video 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Agreed.
So let's jump right into it. Best of 6A.
Hey, my best of 6A. This was, you want to know who's cooking right now? PG is cooking right now. What a start for the Vikings. 43-40, they got the win over Maple Mountain. That was a heck of a matchup between two teams that have been off to great starts. Tabby Clark had 18 points. Sarah Newman had 12. This is part of an ongoing tournament. It was a big win for PG. And then they backed that up with the win over Alta. 57-52, they get the win. They jumped on Alta 25-14. And it's not the Alta of recent years. This is a loaded Alta group. It was Amber Cook. See what I said? Cooking here. Amber Cook, 22 points, 3 threes in the win. PG, the Lady Vikings, Dusty, they're going to be tough in 6A.
That tournament is a tough one to get into. You don't just walk into the
tournament name. That just does not happen.
That field was loaded. Oh, you almost broke me.
I did break you.
You did break me.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah.
If this had been a show, we'd be doing another take. That's a really good one. How about this one? How about Copper Hills? First of all, Region 2 girls basketball. Welcome back.
Yes.
Welcome back, Region 2. It's been Region 3, Region 4. Now it's Region 2. Formerly Region 3. How about the Copper Hills goes into Lone Peak? And Lone Peak, we're going to start figuring some things out. On a 3-game skid, but it was Ellie Taylor. Had a huge night, 28 points, including 3 3-pointers. Sky Barker also had a game as well. Shawnee Nordstrom had 11 points. Tana Voss had 10, but it was Taylor and Barker. Her dad knows how to win some state championships.
Yeah.
Former head coach at Alta, state championship head coach. But Ellie Taylor, we saw her in the top 50.
Yep.
This girl is good.
Yep.
Marston gets going sometimes in that as well. She had 5 points, but Ellie Taylor, she's a stud.
And that was coming off of a win over Syracuse. They beat Syracuse by 10, handed Syracuse their first loss. Copper Hills undefeated.
Yeah.
Watch out for the Grizz.
Well, we got another one, too. In that Region 2, Copper Hills Bingham, welcome back.
Yep.
Oh, man, I think we'll make sure we're there.
Yeah.
Copper Hills and Bingham. We'll get there because that's back. Rivalry's back.
Yes, it is. Hey, my best of 5A, Dusty. I want to know who's back. Clearfield.
Yay.
How about the Clearfield girls basketball team? What a start for the Lady Falcons. Had a 53-34 win over Springville. Now, I know Springville graduated a lot of talent, but a 19-point win over Springville for the Lady Falcons. Izzy Waskett, we saw her in the top 50. What a start to the year for her. She had 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 steals. Waskett doing everything for the Falcons. Impressive start for Clearfield in 5A.
Certainly. Who's the reigning queens of 5A basketball? Bountiful. Bountiful is the reigning queens of 5A basketball. How about their win over Brighton? And we got to see Brighton firsthand. This is a good Brighton squad. Harvey had 21 points, hit a 3. How about Satawala? So good. Talked to her brother. Yeah. Set looks the same, right? We get a chance to see his sister help win the state championship a year ago. She had 20 points in their win over Brighton, 57-54. Bountiful getting out the gate a little bit slower, but they are playing. We'll see if they start getting thrown around. Hopefully that will help them out.
Yeah, that's a good one. My best of 4A, Dusty. You want to know who else is on a tear? Olivia Hamlin and Snow Canyon.
Yeah.
The Warriors had a 61-43 win over Green Canyon. Hamlin had 26 points. And Olivia Hamlin, I think she's the top scorer in the state right now. She is lighting up the nets. Olivia Hamlin. We're going to talk about her a ton with the Lady Warriors. In this night, it was the win over Green Canyon. Janelyn Blotter went 18-8 in the loss for the Wolves. Snow Canyon flexing their muscle early in 4A.
Well, here's mine. And we're just going to go best of 4A because they were, the Ridgeline.
Yeah.
I don't want to step on something in case we mess up the wheel, but their win at Lone Peak snapped the winning streak for Lone Peak, who had not lost to a team from Utah since February 26, 2020. Skinner had a good game in that one. So did... I know I was going to mess up the name. Livingston. Elise Livingston had 13 points. Elise Livingston, by the way. We always talk about Skinner and Sheet for good reason. Skinner is spectacular.
Yeah.
Wait till you see her Final Four. Yeah.
You told them to me.
It's really good.
It's good.
Really, really good. And Elise Livingston also has been spectacular. Division I offers. Elise is spectacular. She had a good tournament. We can talk about it a little bit later at the Holiday Hoop Fest. Skinner was ill, didn't play in that one. But I don't want to ruin a note. Because if we land Vince's moment, I could ruin it. So I won't ruin it. But their win over Lone Peak, best of 4A for me.
We don't want to break up the wheel.
Yeah. The wheel is really important, or I'll get whipped for messing up the wheel.
Why are you saying it like that?
Just want to make sure the H is heard. So, all right, best of the rest.
Best of the rest. All right. You know where I'm going to go? I'm going to go with some South Summit love. How about the Wildcats? South Summit had a 63-58 win over Bear River. But it was the game by Emma Broadbent. You ready for this line?
Pins and needles. Edge of my seat. Here we go.
42 points and 23 rebounds for Emma Broadbent in that game. Just a customary 42 and 23 line. No big deal.
Yeah.
Emma Broadbent, one of the top rebounder, or I think the top rebounder in the state right now. One of the top scorers as well. Going to talk a lot about Emma this year. South Summit.
That's a good one. You know where I'm going?
Let me guess.
Back to my roots.
Yeah.
How about this? Carbon went down to the Southern Classic. Not quite as prestigious as the tournament name tournament. But they went down to the Southern Classic, and they knocked off Orem. It was a big night. Maya Timothy had 28 points. They knocked off Hunter. Maya Timothy had 21 points and 5 threes in that one. By the way, the 28 points was only with 1 3. But hit 5 threes in game 2 against Hunter, and then against Kanab in the championship, she had 22 points and 4 3-pointers. You want to know who else is another Carbon County connection Wellington. That's very important to make sure you understand. Wellington Warrior connection down there. How about Bailey Curtis, her father Conan? I've known Conan my entire life. As her mom Elise Hopes, formerly. Went to high school with her. She's pretty good, Bailey Curtis. So Maya Timothy, Kenny, yep, there we go. She was in the top 50. Carbon went down there and won the Southern Classic. Not quite tournament name.
But
it's really good.
But a good one.
But it's really, really good.
Well, they also beat Kanab.
They did. That's what the championship game was
And
against
Kanab, their first loss.
And Carbon is 9-1, or probably they were 9-1. Carbon 6-3 to start the year. Go Dinos. Go. Don't. Feel good.
Good on you.
Yeah, thank you.
Good on you.
All right, let's go to the wheel.
Let's bring on the wheel.
Let's spin the wheel.
3 spins.
And maybe I can get people from Price to watch the show. Maybe people from Carbon watch the show if I talk Carbon girls basketball.
The top 3-point shooter. Do you know who the top 3-point shooter is?
Give me a second.
Can you name the team, actually?
Can I name the team?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a mirror girl from Draper APA.
No, it's not actually.
It's not?
Lala Baldwin, who was off such a great shooting start last year.
Yeah.
That girl's carrying around change. She's throwing dimes left and right right now.
Okay, so who's the leading 3-point shooter in the
I
state?
actually think it's a duo from Kanab.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
No names?
Well,
We're good.
let me look up the names. But I was checking earlier. Yeah, here we go. It's Ashlyn Houston and Savannah Bateman.
Okay.
A guard and a forward at Kanab. Your top number of 3-pointers made. 32 for Ashlyn, 26 for Savannah.
Down in Little Hollywood. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. I looked it up because I knew it was going to be on the wheel.
Yeah, that's good.
All right,
your
here
turn.
we go.
That is a spin.
6A favorite.
Now, this 2
All right,
weeks
here
ago.
we go. 2 weeks ago, I'm probably going another direction. Right now, I'm thinking Copper Hills.
Copper Hills.
I think what we've seen from Copper Hills, we saw it in the top 50 early. It's like, all right, they got a lot of pieces. But you go up, you take on Syracuse, you take on Lone Peak, you get wins there. I think the Grizzlies have to be taken very seriously. This is a team that could very easily make a run, semifinal state championship game. I think they're complete. They got a lot of depth scoring. They've got good size to them. They can run the floor. I like the Grizz.
That's a good one. Grizzlies are good. I guess we're only one of us ranting because
Lying in the weeds.
Lying
That's
in the weeds.
Who's your sleeper?
Do you know who it is now?
Yeah.
If it's not Lone Peak, because that 3-game skid, that people are going to start saying it's not them. So I mean, honorarily, Lone Peak. Okay, honorarily. How about this? I'm going to give you another Region 2 team, just because we saw them. Maybe this is recency bias, because it smacked me in the face.
Okay.
Bingham.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Horsley's, and then Brianna Bedoni. Someone may have tried to help out Brianna Bedoni in her recruiting after that game. Maybe spent some time on some text messages with some college coaches to try to help her out. That's how impressed I was with what we saw from Bingham against Brighton. So Lion in the Weeds, an old favorite, Bingham.
Crown them. Crown them.
If you want to crown them, crown them. There's an easy way out.
There is an easy way out.
There is a shortcut home.
There is a shortcut home. I really don't want to take that one.
You can just throw them in as like I did with Lone Peak as Lion in the Weeds. You can just say them.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. South Summit.
South Summit?
Yeah.
Okay. Crown them.
Crown them.
I thought you were going to go Knab, but yeah, all right, gotcha.
Well, the easy one there is Ridgeline.
I know,
right?
that's what I was going, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just giving crap.
I'll go South Summit.
South Summit.
Yeah. New face, new place.
New face, new place. Man, we were talking about this one earlier, and this is a tougher one for me. I mean, I don't want to go too Bingham things, but the Horsleys, I mean, how about the Horsleys? Addie and McCain and Horsley, they've been unreal how good they've been.
I can think of one right now.
Okay, give me one.
How about New Matolu at Alta?
Oh, good call.
Brought a lot of offense to the Hawks, a program that's struggling the last couple of years. She goes to Alta, and now they're winning games.
They're winning. Back to the Martine times. That's a good one. Good one. Mariah Martine. That's a throwback. Yeah. That's a good throwback.
Man.
The 6A favorites
wants they want me to talk about Lone Peak. Well, I just did that one inadvertently. Yeah. I'm breaking rules left and right. New face, new place.
How about I'll do it?
All right.
Let's go the other direction.
We're trying the upspin.
All I want is Vince's moment. Where is it?
Hey!
Boom! Boom! Boom!
It's time for unnecessarily only produced Vince Homer.
Hey guys, it's Vince. So one thing you forgot to mention when you were talking Ridgeline earlier, Ridgeline is 5-2 on the year. They have beaten last year's 6A champion. They've beaten last year's 5A champion. And they've beaten both finalists in 3A. They beat Morgan and Grantsville this year. So Ridgeline has really tested themselves early this year and have done so amazingly.
They showed really well at the Holiday Hoop Fest. I mean, Skinner was sick. I think I talked about it earlier. Yeah. Monterey has the top junior in the country in Elena Chavez. Unreal. Or Aaliyah Chavez, pardon me. And then they played the next day against DeSoto without Skinner at all. She only played the first half because Monterey was her flu weekend. And but they showed well. That's why I saw Elise Livingston. Yeah. Elise Livingston had a great start to the Monterey game. The DeSoto game, DeSoto was so loaded. That team's all over the place. But yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Ridgeline's a good one.
I probably should have gone Ridgeline with the
crown 'em.
The crown 'em.
Yeah, that's easy pickings though.
One.
That's
yeah,
easy pickings.
Is. I tried to go off the radar a little bit.
That was really good.
But you're right, they've been impressive.
You have notes. We don't have this on the wheel, but date notes. Dane has notes that you want to make sure we're shared.
Yes, here's Dane's date notes.
I bet
there's a new segment, the date notes.
It's only like the 18th video per se we've done today.
It's been one of those days. I got to find them though.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just fill in here. All right, here we go. Here's something we got to talk about.
Scroll.
Loading. Beep. Beep. You alluded to Aaliyah Baldwin
Yeah.
at Draper APA.
Yeah.
Remember last year as a sophomore, man, she was lighting up the threes. How about this game? One-sided game. We're not going to get into the score, but there was a game this early in the year. Samantha Karchner has been lighting it up for the
Yeah.
Eagles. 36 and 10 for her on this night. Aaliyah Baldwin went for 33, had 4 threes, 19 assists. It's the second most assists in a game in state history.
Man.
So Baldwin, while she was last year with, throwing a bunch of threes in the net, this year she's divvying that basketball out. 19 assists. Way to share it. How to get that in there for Aaliyah Baldwin. Also want to talk about big game in the rural classification. Panguitch, the rural like there's one. Panguitch played Duchesne, and 2 very good starts.
The Penguins.
The Penguins. 82-65. Panguitch got the win over Duchesne. It was Tabitha Henry, 35 points. Mallory Henry had 20 to lead it for Panguitch. And how about the start for Tabiona? We got to get the Tabiona Tigers a little bit of love here. 6-0 out of the gates for Tabiona. Had a 31-20 win over Paiute. It's a good Paiute team. Henderson, Fabrizio led the way. Tabiona off to an undefeated start here in the early part of the year.
So one of my favorite things, we make sure to get out to all those schools on them. We start getting to Whitehorse and others as we get things going as well. But if there's notes now, there's a lot of notes. We're covering boys and girls. It's a lot of notes, a lot of things. Please hit us up. Hit us up at KSL Sports Rewind on X and on Instagram.
Yep.
We'd love to hear from you because it helps us.
Yeah, it does.
It absolutely helps us. We can go through box scores, try to find everything, but if you will help us out with that, it'd be absolutely outstanding. Help us not miss things. It'd be absolutely great. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us and for watching KSL Sports Rewind, the girls basketball video.